to this episode of the Business of Healthcare podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Britt Berrett of the Center for Healthcare Leadership and Management at the Jindal School here at UT Dallas. Recently, a new program was introduced at the University of Texas at Dallas here at the Naveen Jindal School related to preparation at the master's level, the graduate level for working professionals. I have with me this evening Dr. Keith Thurgood, who is a very accomplished healthcare executive who has decades of experience, who has established the program as having tremendous success to that end. Keith, welcome to the program, and thought you might give us an overview of the program and some of the key components.
Well, thanks, Dr. Barrett. Glad to be here, and always glad to talk about healthcare. It's a great topic, and if there was ever a time to be in healthcare to make a difference, it's right now. And as you mentioned, we started a new program. I'm the director of the master's degree in healthcare leadership and management at the University of Texas at Dallas. And it's primarily focused on healthcare professionals. So at the university, we have programs for physicians. We've got programs for undergraduates and some graduate students. But this program is designed specifically for healthcare professionals that are interested in becoming healthcare leaders and making a difference in the healthcare system.
You know, I think that's interesting. You know, my experience has been 20, 25 years in the industry. A lot of individuals will move through the ranks with maybe a college degree, but never get that graduate degree that will qualify them for additional leadership responsibilities. And so at the executive level, you know, I'm looking at possible advancements, and if they don't have a graduate degree, they just kind of get shuffled to the side. So tell me about the value for aspiring, ambitious healthcare leaders.
Well, it's a great question. And as I said earlier, I think one of the fundamental things that we need in healthcare is leaders that will make a difference. And so the program that we've designed is to develop those leaders that will drive the value proposition into the future. It's designed to take healthcare professionals, give them the skill sets they need to make a difference now. And so our classes are designed to give these healthcare professionals the tools that they need to go back to their systems, to their integrated networks, to their offices, and to apply the things that we're learning. So you don't have to wait 2 years to get to the degree and then to go make a difference. What we're trying to do is give these professionals, our healthcare leaders, our future leaders, tool sets, tools in their toolbox that they can go right back and make a difference. And whether it's understanding how a P&L is built, understanding how you drive cost and performance, or how you resolve conflicts inside of a system, these are the skill sets that we need today, and that's what we're trying to deliver.
Okay, so if I get you right, we have individuals that may have an undergraduate degree. They're ambitious, they're talented, they just don't know what they don't know, or they don't have that graduate degree to be promoted. And so you offer educational program. How long does it take? What's the timing on this thing?
Well, that's another great question. Our degree is 9 classes. Each class is 4 credit hours, so 36 credit hours for the degree. It takes about 5 semesters to work through the program. Okay. And we meet every Friday and Saturday once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, okay. I said every Friday and Saturday, but it's once a month, Friday and Saturday, 8 hours a day. And then there's some online work in between. And it's, again, we designed it that way so that the working professional could come to the class, could learn some things, would not take a ton of time away from either their personal life or their family or from their job.
So are these? So when you go through the curriculum, not a lot of quizzes and tests, more case study, more group projects. Is that the name?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. So the faculty that we have teaching the classes are healthcare professionals. They're CMOs. They're they're CNOs. They're CEOs of healthcare systems. They're seasoned leaders, and we bring them to the class so they can tell the students about their experiences. And in the class, it's very interactive. So it's a seminar-type environment where we work through cases and problems. And we do that, again, so that the students can take what they're learning, these ideas and these concepts, right back to their system and start to apply them.
I like that. I like that a lot. So to get into the program, no GRE, no GMAT, have to be a working a professional in healthcare. You've got to have some experience. How much experience do you need?
Yeah, as you said, no GMAT, no GRE requirement. For that, we substitute 5 years of healthcare experience.
Okay.
Now, we do make some exceptions to that, but by and large, we're looking for somebody that's been in the healthcare industry for about 5 years. And the reason that's important is because when these students come together, part of the learning is having the students share their own experiences and learn from each other. So you couple that with great world-class faculty, and you've got a really great mix of learning that takes place.
So 9 classes, what are the titles and what kind of classwork is there?
Well, I'll give you some of the titles. So one of the titles is Leading in Complex Organizations. So as I said earlier, if there was ever a time that we needed great leaders of character in the healthcare space, it's right now. Okay. So that would be one. Healthcare performance management, managing outcomes, healthcare IT and big data. How do you manage all of that? Good. How do you look at P&Ls, financial performance? So those are the kinds of classes that we want to put together, that we have put together, again, with the purpose of not just coming to learn and check the box, but we're trying to give these students honest-to-goodness skill sets that will allow them to advance professionally and make a difference.
What's been the response so far from your students and the industry as a whole?
From the industry as a whole, it's been phenomenal. So we've had, we started actually in 2017 was our first class. We've got 14 students enrolled right now. We're on our way to our about 22 students in the summer, and we anticipate having at least 30 students in fall, September of 2017.
It's interesting as we looked at the offering for the Center for Healthcare Leadership and Management, we have an undergraduate program, we have a traditional master's in healthcare science, but it was that working group that, really couldn't break away from their jobs and couldn't dedicate their time, but they needed the graduate degree to be promotable. And once again, I was one of those guys that was looking at potential executives, and I always would say, he or she's got to get a graduate degree. So this sounds like this fits a niche beautifully. All day Friday, all day Saturday, once a month.
Yep.
Cohort based, so that they have case study projects and they can take them back.
That's right.
Honestly, what's the downside of it? I mean, what is it really a beating, or is it a very collaborative approach?
Oh no, it's a very collaborative approach. And again, we believe that we bring the students in, they learn together, they have great faculty that can coach, teach, and mentor through the business cases. So there's no downside. The only downside is not getting into the class. Yeah. Right? So that you can advance your professional degree. Yeah. And oh, by the way, you think about value and the value proposition, it's $35,100 for the entire degree. You look around Texas at large, there's not a program that can compete with this one in terms of cost and the quality that we bring.
And I think that the University of Texas at Dallas, UTD, has got a platinum name. And that I think is something to stand proud on. And we've looked at, obviously, online opportunities. My concern always with the online is you never have that interaction with your fellow classmates or guest lecturers. You've got to kind of manage that. Talk a little bit about the nature of the faculty, the folks that will be actually teaching and instructing. You mentioned a couple of their titles. Can you give us a little more flesh on some of their qualifications to teach these classes?
Yeah, of course. The faculty are really what makes the class work. You couple a great faculty with students that want to learn, and you've got a great mixture of learning that can take place and that can be applied. So our faculty, as I said, they are practitioners. These are folks that have led systems.
Good.
They have dealt with complex issues. They understand the budget pressures. They understand the importance of reducing cost. And if there was ever a time, as I said earlier, that we needed to focus on the healthcare system, it's right now. Yeah. These opportunities only come around once in a generation where leaders in the healthcare industry can bend the arc of history in their favor. It's right now. And so these faculty are, as I said, they're practitioners, they're former COOs, CEOs, CMOs, leaders that have had to deal with these very, very difficult issues inside the hospitals.
I think it's an offering that's desperately needed in the industry, and I think there are individuals in the DFW. We got 7 million people in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I think the accessibility for individuals outside the region makes it very, very appealing. Come in on a Thursday night, take classes all day Friday, all day Saturday, and you head back, do that once a month. And then within a very short period of time, you've got that master's degree that qualifies you for an executive position in any organization.
Yeah.
I also like the interaction with the chief executive officers and the DFW. We've got some great systems here. We've got UT Southwestern, we've got HCA, we've got Baylor, Scott and White, we've got Tenet, we've got
UT Southwestern, you've got THR, you've got Presby, so on and on and on. Yes,
just a lot of organizations where you can access quality faculty. So. Anything we didn't talk about on this program, I'm pretty excited about it. It makes a lot of sense and fits a huge need. Any other things that we've missed?
Well, I'd just like to reemphasize one more time that this is something that we need in the industry. So we need our mid-level managers in the healthcare industry to understand how systems operate. One of the things that amazes me, quite frankly, is when we get all of these healthcare professionals together and we talk about some of the complex issues inside the healthcare industry, whether it's how you build a budget or deal with some of these complex leadership issues or driving change management or working with physicians groups and the administration of the hospital. These are complicated issues that we have to deal with. And so this is one of the great values of this program, I think. So it's needed, it's fun, it's a great way to grow professionally.
Well, one of the things that just strikes me is we've done an excellent job providing the clinical foundation, right? We have amazing clinicians in virtually every aspect of the continuum of care, ambulatory, acute, post-acute. Where I think we fall short is the business side of it, the integrating real smart business practices and processes that will deliver exceptional results. I've seen that in my own career where fundamental business tenets, when introduced appropriately in a healthcare system, can maximize the quality, improve access, reduce costs. But we haven't taken advantage of that. And that's why I think it's inspiring to be part of the Jindal School of Management, because you have IT professionals, you have revenue cycle professionals, you have finance folks, marketing folks, both professional and academics that provide the instructional foundation. To me, it's inspiring to see.
Well, I think it's a great point again, because one of the values of this program, it brings together and integrates everything that you just talked about. It's not only just about the leadership, but it's about understanding the business side of how the hospital operates. And you can take cost out of the system, you can improve quality, you can improve access. All of those things are important today. And so when you bring all that together and you integrate it and people start to understand it, you can impact a very patient-centric approach to healthcare across the entire continuum of care. It's very powerful.
You got a lot of energy, and it's clear you feel passionate about it. If I'm listening to this podcast, I'm asking myself, well, how do I, what's the connection? How do I reach out? Or if I've got a friend who I know is in the healthcare space, how do they connect with you and the program here at the Naveen Jindal School of Management?
Well, there's a couple of ways to do it. First off, you can call me directly. My number is 214-799-2154. More than happy to talk to anybody that has an interest or questions. You can also Google us at the UTD website. You can look for healthcare leadership and management for professionals. That will take you to our landing page and a link to apply and seek more information. But a direct contact is perfect. You can also email me at keith.thurgood@utdallas.edu. Those are all ways to get in contact with us.
Dr. Thurgood, thank you very much. Delighted to have you part of this podcast and also part of the effort to change healthcare as we see it. Thank you very much for being with us.
Glad to be here. Let's make a difference.
Thanks for joining us here on the Business of Healthcare podcast. Join us online at businessofhealthcarepodcast.com to find episodes, notes, links, and more. And be sure to subscribe to the Business of Healthcare podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcasting app. To learn more about the Center for Healthcare Leadership and Management, go to jindal.utdallas.edu and then search under the Centers and Institutes tab on the navigation menu. I'm Dr. Britt Berrett, Director of the Center for Healthcare Leadership and Management, where we're leading change by changing how we lead.